Okay, so my demo presentation that I have for you today, my name is Robert Thurston, and this is kind of basically how I would start the class. You know, we have the teacher's name, the date, the time, kind of orient them to how we begin the class. And then I would take the attendance, and then we do a little warm-up, you know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just to get the brain juices flowing. And I might have some flashcards or some other props, and this would not take very long. And then we would go into the next part, which would be the recap of the things that we had done before. A little bit of discussion, some summary, some synopsis to orient the students where we are today. And you know, this would take up another short amount of time. You know, we're talking about the stories or the things that we're reading, or where does this happen, when did it happen, how did it happen, summarize. And then, you know, we might talk about the things that we're going to do during the course, projects that are pending, looming in the next 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And these might include book reports, presentations, book reviews. There's many different things that we can use to have them thinking into the future what they're going to be doing to satisfy the requirements for this class. So, you know, with the book reports, for example, we might have them choose a topic, and I would have a list of maybe 100 relevant contemporary topics, things that are applicable in their life. I'm always trying to make the connections between things that I'm teaching and how they can practically use it in their everyday lives. This is very central to my thinking. So, you know, we would choose a topic. I've got a list of 100 topics that are very useful topics, by the way, because if you go through these lists of topics, there's thousands of them, and you have to sift through, and a lot of them just, there's really not that much there to talk about, and so I try to find the ones that are more meaningful. And then we would brainstorm, like you might have a topic like homeschooling, or smoking, why smoking is bad. And then we would just you know, turn it around here. I don't know if you can see the board this way. Can you? Okay. So we might do some brainstorming on homeschooling or cigarettes. Why are cigarettes bad? And then they, you know, they would give some answers. Oh, the money, or oh, your health, or you know, bad breath. I don't know. And so they might go through this train of thought, and we would discuss that, and then, you know, maybe we'd throw some things out. Oh, that wasn't very good, and then we would keep some of the things. Oh, that was pretty good. And so that's how that might go with the brainstorming. Of course, it would be much more in-depth and involved in that, but this is a short presentation today. So after that, you know, we might talk about an outline for the paper if they're going to write an essay. And we might talk about presentational methods that you have, how you're going to present it. Are you going to bring any props? What will you talk about? These types of things. And then we might go back and summarize what we did in class. Now there should be a practical lesson in here, things they can take with them, some knowledge. And that's what I basically have for you today. This is just a little bit of introduction to explain how I might proceed in the classes. So today we're going to have a short discussion with some grammar, and we're going to start by talking about the parts of speech. Parts of speech. I won't go into too much depth today because, again, this is supposed to be just a quick demo, but I am focused on when these students leave the class, they have something they can take with them. And it's very important to me that I find ways to show and demonstrate that learning has occurred. You know, you spent your time and your energy here today, and you're walking out now. What do you really know? What do you really have with you that you can take? So we're talking about grammar. And I would start with an overview of the grammar. And my overview involves the parts of speech. Now, the parts of speech are very important, as everyone knows. And so, what are the parts of speech? I would give a quick overview of this. They include adjectives and adverbs and articles and conjunctions. We're not going to go into in-depth explanations of these today. Again, this is just an overview. The way I teach, I give you a very broad, general explanation, and then from there, we hone it down. We start to get into the particulars and the specifics. So, conjunctions, again, this is a broad overview of the parts of speech. What again are the parts of speech, by the way? Why should we care about the parts of speech? Well, the parts of speech is very important in understanding English. It gives us the basic building blocks of English. It gives us a foundation from which all other learning can occur. And so these parts of speech, they tell us about when to use the word, what situations do we use this word form in word form. These are word forms, adjectives, articles, conjunctions. So again, why do we use parts of speech? They're the building blocks of English. They're the foundation of English. From here, we can generate a lot of ideas about how word forms work, where they work, why they work in this situation or that. So the broad overview of the parts of speech, conjunctions, interjections, pronouns, prepositions, verbs, generally 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and nouns. We mustn't forget the nouns because we're going to talk about them today. So this is the broad overview of the parts of speech. Why are the parts of speech important? Why? That's right. And from here, everything kind of stems. When we understand these word forms, we know when to use adjectives, where to use prepositions, why to use the verbs. This is the starting point. Now, I'm not going to try to teach you all of this today. As I mentioned before, I give you the overview, and then I kind of narrow it down. So I think I have enough time today, if you do, to go over the nouns and adjectives. Nouns and adjectives are what we'll talk about today. So let's get rid of these other ones. Nouns and adjectives is what we're talking about. Nouns and adjectives. Nouns and adjectives. Nouns and adjectives with a J. So, let's just jump right into what the nouns are. How do we, and I'm always trying to get students to show me they understand. So, if I say, say noun, what will you do? Let's pretend you're the student today, okay? Now I say, say noun. The noun, you would say noun, right? Yeah, there you go. And then I would say spell noun. Spell. Yeah, spell, you know, N-O-U-N, that's very good. Now I would say, all right, noun. A noun is do you know what a noun is? Let's just for the sake of this class say, a noun is one of three things. It's a, or a, any guesses? A noun is a, Anything? A noun is a person, a place, or a thing. It's one of those three: person, place, or thing. We'll come back to that. It's okay. So that's what I want to get across to you, that it's a person, place, or thing. One more time. A noun is a... That's right. Noun is a person, or a place, or a thing. Now we're just talking about common nouns today. These are the kind of nouns that don't need to be capitalized. They're not special. So let's have some examples of a person that's a noun. Can you give me some? Yeah, huh? Well, a girl. A girl is a noun. Sure. Any others? How about policeman? Doctor? Lawyer? Teacher? Chef? Any others? And they would be saying, oh, nurse, accountant, soldier. Okay, good. Person. Now, again, what are we talking about here? Let's go back to the beginning. I like to go back and start over a few times. Let's just start over. What have we been talking about so far? Let's go back before that. What are we talking about? Parts of speech. That is correct. And what were some of the parts of speech? Okay, that's right. Do you remember any of the other ones we mentioned? Okay, that's right. Okay, good. So yeah, we're going to focus on nouns and adjectives. Anyway, so in places, what are some places? Yeah, like park or school. Can you give me some other ones? Huh? Hospital. There you go. Hospital. Any other? Okay, a mall. Any more? Office. I thought I heard you say office. Okay. Okay, so it would go like that. And then things. Things. There you go. Table. Chair. That's right. Car. Any more? Okay, desk, maybe, fan. There's thousands of them, right? So we're talking about nouns, right? Let's just go back one more time very quickly. Nouns. I often do this. We just erase everything. Now, what are we talking about here? Okay, and how do we spell nouns? That's right. And nouns are generally what? How many things? 3, that's right. And what are the 3? The person, place, thing. And then, so, I'm keeping you on your toes. Okay, so person. And we mentioned some persons, you know, what'd you say, a doctor. So I might say, okay, say doctor. Spell doctor. All right, and then I have another command. I say show. S-H-O-W. S-H-O-W. I might say show me doctor. And then they'll do something theatrical. Like they'll put the imaginary headphones on. And yeah, there you go. There you go. Or I might say, show me time. And what will you do? You might look at your watch or something like that. Show me happy. Show me happy. There you go. They're smiling. Okay. That's right. So I get them to do something with their body, some kinetic motion, get the energy flowing that way also. And so these are methods that I have to show that learning occurred. If you ask them, oh, did you learn anything? Oh, yeah, I learned it. Then you ask them a question, and maybe they know, maybe they don't. So I have different methods to demonstrate that learning occurred. I can clearly see that he pronounced it correctly. I can clearly see that she spelled this correctly. And then I'll do a little check with the other classmates. I'll say, Patel, show me angry. And then he'll do something like this. And then I'll ask another classmate, is that right? I get some consensus from the other class members. And in this way, and others, I actually have a list of 10 things that I use to show and demonstrate that learning occurred, that learning happened, and that they're walking out the door with something they can use in their life when they leave the class. So I might say, well, give me a sentence with doctor, a small, short sentence. In there I can check their grammar. He'll say something like, I am a doctor yesterday. And then I'll say, well, what's wrong with that class? And they'll say, oh, it's a part of the grammar. You should have said, I was a doctor yesterday, or something like that. So we're constantly, this also keeps the other students on their toes, knowing they may be asked to corroborate what the original student said, right? So nouns, basic quick lesson on nouns. What are they? Nouns are parts of, and then I'll give parts of speech. I'll give like a leading answer. Nouns are, I wait, and you wait some time. You just don't give them the answer. I know it, they need to know it. So I give them the leading questions and you wait. They're thinking. Understand their thinking and keep on waiting until the point where no one has the answer, and at that juncture, go ahead and give it to them. So, I might say doctor, they say it. I spell doctor, they spell it. Use it in a sentence. And as I mentioned, I have a list of 10 of these things. They all start with S, by the way, which makes it easy for them to remember. Say, spell, show, and the other 7 also begin with S. So, nouns. Yes, well, that's right. I actually have this right here. If you'll give me 1 second. It won't be just the whiteboard. Let's see now. Hopefully all my stuff is working. Okay. All right. I will. Duly noted. Yeah, this board can block the window when it's not in use. All right, now I do have a quick little presentation on nouns. I didn't know until 2 days ago that I might even be hired for this wonderful position. So I borrowed this presentation here. Let's see. Where is it? There. Oh, there it is. Good. So nouns. Can you see that? It's too far away? Is that better? Oh, well, that's because it's 8 in the or it's 10 in the morning here. I don't know if you can see the stuff. Yeah, well, I would have to do some, I can block out the windows completely and make it completely dark in here. I just found out 2 days ago that I was getting this presentation, so maybe it would help if I pulled it closer. Let me try that. Any better? Let me pull it even a little closer. How about that? Okay. Of course, I would make some adjustments. And so this is it. This is not my presentation, but it is one that I quickly borrowed from the internet. It does not belong to me. So let's see, where is the... So there... Share the feed? Oh, share the screen. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do that. Share the screen. Where, this button? Oh, share screen. There it is. All right. And okay. I haven't encountered that share screen in my teaching. So that's something you taught me. Thank you. All right. So yeah, basically, again, this is not my presentation, but it's an example of what kind of presentation I would also accompany my writings on the whiteboard with. And not only other things, props, pictures, multimedia, songs, poems, anything to get the point across. And I have several USBs from my previous teaching experience that are full of these types of things to use, to draw from. You know, when I switched over to this PowerPoint presentation, my headphones went out. So now I can just hear you from the computer. So I'm going to turn it up as loud as possible, but that, okay. Okay. I'm sorry? Yeah. I don't know for what reason, but let me pull the dongle out and plug it back in, see if that does anything. Okay, can you speak now?
Voice clear enough?
Well, it's actually not on my headphones, but I can hear it louder on my speaker. So, anyway, this is what I have for you today. I could go on further into the adjectives if you wanted to see that, but I think you get the idea. And then basically summarize at the end of class, what do we talk about today? And, homework. I give out homework at night. If somehow I forget the homework, I have a student in class who's in charge of reminding me about the homework. And, yeah.
So you're comfortable teaching elementary?
Well, I would rather teach high school. Mr. Z had mentioned, he had asked me which one I wanted to teach. I can teach either or both at the same time. It's up to you, but if you're asking me which one I would prefer to teach, I would prefer to teach the older students. But the younger ones are fine too. Either one. Grade 5 and above is fine. Very nice. want me to make another demo?
Yeah, because this is for elementary, so I can understand the very beginning.
Okay.
For high school, that needs to be a little bit more advanced.
Okay, so you're asking me to create another demo for literature for either high school or children? High school or elementary?
Yeah. No, high school.
Okay, a literature presentation for high school.
Yeah.
You want, okay. When would you like to have that? Well, I would need some time to prepare for it. How about 2 days? Okay. Okay. So, when in 2 days would you like to meet again? Same time? Okay. All right. That sounds good. Nice to meet you, Aisha. Have a good day. Bye-bye. I'm not quite sure how to get out of here.
You have to stop sharing first.
Oh, stop sharing. Stop video.
One thing before we leave. So this is only for the online classes you want to take with us, or you will be moving on, doing it once the situation gets better?
Yeah, I would like to come over and teach in Bangladesh in person. I was talking with Z last year and had expressed an interest in coming there. And sure, I mean, if they create a vaccine tomorrow by some miracle and it cures the world in days, then I could be on. I could be.
Yeah, but US condition, how is it? Is it now, or is it safe?
Over here, it's pretty bad right now. There are, I think they said 5 million people today, August 10, 5 million people in the United States have coronavirus cases. Yeah, they have 5 million people have coronavirus. It's a terrible, sad thing, really, that's going on. But,
So there is no curfew to stay here, or
no.
people are just roaming around?
I'm sorry.
People are just roaming around.
Yeah, I am of the mind, stay in the house, keep the mask on. Whenever I come into contact with anybody, the mask, I have actually 3 masks that I wear. Yeah, I have to go into the stores to get food sometimes, but for the most part I don't. I just stay inside and hope this will go away. I'm sorry. I wish my headphones were working. Your question is? Oh, I live in Tennessee, but I'm here at my parents' house in Naples, Florida. So I'm not sure where I will be when I give the classes, either here or in Tennessee. I'm in Naples. How I manage my time when I teach? Well, that was something I was asking Z about yesterday. How long will the semester be? Will it be 16 weeks, 10 weeks? 12 to 14 weeks. Yeah, and each class is 40 minutes, and there'll be 4 of those each day, 5 days a week. How will I manage the time? I need to see what the books are going to be, and if they're going to be books or if they're not going to be books, I can also arrange my own curriculum. There will be books. Okay. So, as soon as I know more about whether I'll be hired, I will immediately put something together based on the timeline that's been given to me. And if I have a chance to talk to the students before the classes, I will certainly find out what interests them, what motivates them, why are they taking English, what do they want to do. Also, I know it's important to speak slowly. I have to remind myself that even after all this time, to slow it. So I am capable of doing it. If I get that in my notes all the time, speak slowly.
High school students, you don't need to slow down.
Oh, okay, okay, that's good. I need to know more about what their capabilities are, and that will. Oh, they've got. Okay. Okay. So that's a good thing. I like it when they know a lot, because I like to learn things too, and so that's good. Yeah. No, I taught online one time in my life, a Skype class in Mexico. Oh, you use Skype also? Yeah, I have Skype. Yeah, I taught one class one time in Mexico on Skype. I actually videoed it also. It's a, you know, it's a new format to a lot of people, especially people that have been in the classroom for years. But I was lucky to kind of start thinking about doing it long before today, and you know, I have everything in place basically to make it a good experience. I think there's some minor things. My computer, I bought it in the Middle East, and the adapter that I have, these plugs are plugs that work in Saudi Arabia, not here, so I need to find another adapter. But I will be working to hone and polish up every aspect of the teaching experience. Okay. So you think it's better that I don't use the board and use the Zoom whiteboard?
Yeah, if you use the Zoom whiteboard, it's very good, crystal and clear, and students can, you know, see it very clear and it's very good. But for the whiteboard, if you use the one in your back, you need a camera. You need to put one camera, otherwise the kids, they cannot.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm using the laptop's webcam, so that's its resolution. A tripod, yeah, okay. All right, I will look at the, let me make a note of that so I don't forget it. Whiteboard. The Zoom whiteboard, use that instead of other board, dry erasable board. Okay, and in 2 days, literature for high schoolers presentation demo on 8/12 at about 10 a.m. my time. Okay. Anything else I should remember? Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna say goodbye and start working on my presentation for the day after tomorrow.
And if you need any help or any information, just give me an email. I will
Your email, do I have it?
see the forward you my email.
Sorry?
Mr. C is going to forward you.
Mr. Zio, okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Have a great day.
You too. Goodbye.